have Sister Miriam Ward would like to speak, and Nina Parrish. But I would just quickly like to say that there's several groups that have endorsed this action. Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, the Peace and Justice Center.
Endorsed this action being
to be here.
Okay. All right. I wasn't, okay.
Yes,
right.
and to invoke the Leahy Law and to end military aid to Israel. Vermonters for Just Peace in Palestine and Israel, and also it's all on your piece of paper.
And Veterans for Peace, which got
and the International Socialist Organization, and Pax Christi Burlington. So Nina and Miriam would like to speak.
I just want to address the fact that this country is always afraid of AIPAC and what AIPAC is going to say about this country's stance against the Jews. Well, not every Jew is an Israeli, and not every Jew is a Zionist. And there are thousands of us in this country, and there are people in Israel, Jews in Israel, who are solidly against the bestiality that Israel has shown towards the Palestinian people. And we need to be recognized because we're getting very, very angry. I've been sitting home and crying for a day because I find this whole situation unbearable personally. I was born in Germany. I was an immigrant to this country. I testified to congressmen as an 11-year-old child why this country should let young Jewish children in without their parents. That didn't happen, and we've been ashamed ever since. And it's time to stop and stand for democracy with those Jews who are for democracy.
But that's different than I'm not saying he's going to wait for a full-scale investigation before he says something. You come to me, and I'm telling you right now, he has not issued a statement to the press as of right now. So I can't relate to you what a statement that he's made because he hasn't made one at this stage in the game. So.
Helen Scott would like to speak, and then Jimmy.
I would like to say if the Israeli military can shoot peaceful international human rights activists visibly in front of the world and feel that they can get away with that, for the United States government not to make a peep of protest when the United States is meant to stand for democracy and the right to protest, it's an abomination. And we're here to say that Leahy should take a stand and buck that trend and actually protest the fact of these murders by one of the most powerful military states in the world.
To this protest because this occupation that's going on in Palestine is funded and supported militarily by the United States, and we are responsible for this. We're the only country in the world that will support Israel in its continued war on the Palestinian people, and that makes us responsible. We send them at least $3 billion a year in military aid. The Congress just voted another extra $200 million in rockets for Israel. This is just intolerable at this point. This situation has been going on since 1948 and before. It's not a centuries-long religious war, it's a war of Israel against the Palestinian people. The Zionist settlers that came to Israel to found the Jewish state were determined to drive out the indigenous Palestinian people. And our country is continuing to support this war on these people. We need to stop it. We need to stop the occupation, and we need to stop the murderous siege of Gaza. The people of Gaza have been under a blockade of medical supplies, humanitarian aid, building supplies. Everything you need to create a society has been blocked from coming into Gaza for over 3 years by the Israeli government. That's illegal. Even the UN says it's illegal, and it needs to stop. and that's why I'm here.
Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Well, I'm really concerned about the attack by the Israeli forces on peaceful ships plying the Mediterranean Sea on their way to Gaza to deliver humanitarian aid. And Israel claims that they were doing it in self-defense. And it's amazing that you can organize a military attack with naval vessels, aircraft, and then call it self-defense. It doesn't even make sense on the face of it. And we saw on television, maybe on Channel 5 even, part of the Israeli footage where they showed people on the boat responding very spirited way to defend their ship from these Israeli soldiers who were coming down from the helicopter. But they didn't show what happened before that or after. And now we've heard from some of the people who were just released from prison from Israel that actually the Israeli soldiers had been firing on the ships before they came down from the helicopters. And we heard from Michael Oren, the Israeli ambassador to the United States, who said that in planning the mission, the Israelis knew that you cannot attack a ship that large without using violence. You can't do it non-violently. So the ambassador, having made this admission, the self-defense argument has evaporated. And I think it's very important that the Israeli government not be allowed to take severe, harsh action against civilians and then claim self-defense. They tried to do that in Gaza, and they tried to do that in Lebanon in 2006, and they are continuing to try to do that. And it's important for the American people, I think, to understand that when you send in military forces and nobody's been attacking you, well, you can't claim self-defense.